What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Okay, too late. Can't turn the heat off, so I'm gonna burn today. Let's get it. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Lenny Reed. This is the Lenny Reed Pod. The podcast about life. Life experiences, the good, the bad, and the crazy. Today, we are focusing on crazy. I like the crazy sound. Everything is. I think everybody got a little crazy in them, and if you don't think that, then I think you are the issue. Everybody should have a little crazy in them. It's just life. It's just life. So today we're gonna have some fun. Hopefully y'all ready for this fun we about to have. My fun is probably different for your fun, but hopefully you can still, have fun with me. Whatever. Um, yes, we are into the new year and we are into the, second week of doing 3 shows a week. So you are talking about, trying to be the best that I can be. Yeah. I mean, what you gonna do? I can do what I can do. But this is episode 215. Okay. All right. Today's title is Things I Hope We Find Out About in 2024. Now, I'm an old hag. I've been around since, it wasn't no cell phones. I've been around since I don't remember putting on seatbelts at a certain point. I've been around since there was no airbags in cars. I've been around since if you haven't spoke to anybody that left the house, you probably won't speak to them until they get back home, you know, because there was no cell phones. If you was lucky, you had a beeper. If you was lucky. Um, oh, I always got to say this. If you'd like to support the podcast, check out one of the links in the description below and, hit them, do whatever you got to do. Anything will be well appreciated on this side. And I work hard. Okay. Now, the word of the day. I think I didn't get into the word of the day the last couple shows. So we on rock out. The word of the day is arrogant. Have you ever been called arrogant? Because I don't understand what it is. Arrogant, is that more like I don't know, you're a piece of shit, the way you act like your shit don't stink. What is arrogant? Because I never understood the word arrogant because I just thought if a person was thought highly of it, too highly of themselves, right? How would that affect you? Like if I met a person and he was just too uh, you know, too high of themselves, right? And whether we racing cars or just doing a project together or something like that, and this person is just over arrogant, it won't bother me. It really won't bother me. I will have no issue at all of this person's arrogance. But maybe some people can't take I don't know the arrogance to a certain point because it start to pull from them. Like I said, some people are Jupiters, some people are Plutos, some people are suns. So it depends on your gravitational pull, how you affect people around you. Um, so that's the word of the day, arrogant. And I think I said this on the last podcast. Man, listen, man, listen. It's a new day, it's a new beginning, new year. Um, Turn it up, man. Turn the volume up. If somebody not calling you cocky and arrogant, you ain't doing the right thing. Okay. Well, we gonna be soft and submissive and humble. No, no, no. I'm telling you the complete opposite. I mean, when to be humble, when to be, walking a straight line. But other than that, turn it up, man. Turn it up. Okay. Like I said, we are well along into probably the second week of 2024. As I get older, it's a few things that I wanted to find out. And I will go through a few of them here, you know, just try to figure out. So I made a list. Um, I wanted to see how life was before, me, before us. But I'm not going to be able to find that out because I'm not a wizard. I don't have any kind. I'm not in touch with an alien civilization that has been around for billions of years and they just talk to me on the phone. That doesn't happen. I don't have that. So I want to know, like, I'm the kind of person I will want to know when I'm going to die, how I'm going to die, right? I would want to know that. That's just me. I would want to know that. A lot of people wouldn't want to know that, but they tell me everything, man. Tell me everything. So today, I want to know. I want to know stuff, even if it will affect mankind in some way. Now, it's probably selfish, but even if it affect mankind in some way, I want to know. Okay, so that's what we're gonna get into today, and hopefully everything. Now, like I said, I made a list, and I'm gonna go down the list, and I'm just gonna break it down. I started with the least important first, and then we'll build up to the important because I think everybody have a list. If you got a list, send me a list. Send me your list, what you think that you want to know about. Now, my top, which is not on this list, I'll tell you right now. What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? What is the purpose? Are we here to create energy? Is all of this shit real? Damn, I could have put that on the list. If is everything we see real? You know, when we look through a telescope or when we're looking at the sky, you know, these telescopes that NASA got, right? And they seeing stuff. Is it real? Or is it, images or, particles sort of set up in a certain way that, you know, the fabric of space? No, my eyes can only see them, would never get close enough, to touch them or to see them up close. Like a planet that I see that's, I don't know, in a whole nother galaxy, right? Yeah, a whole nother galaxy. I mean, the laws already know my limited age as, right, of what, 75, 80, whatever. It is physically impossible for me to even get to that planet and see, pick everything up, put the dirt through my hand and say, is this real? It would never happen because the time, difference in between. Okay, so y'all ready to start this list? Because I got some slides. I got some slides. So let's do it, man. Let's have a little fun. Let's have a little fun. Okay. First on this list is hold up, let's see here. I'm sorry. Hold up. Oh, it's the wrong one. Okay, that was the wrong one. Well, let's go to, let me see. This one was, okay, here we go. DMT. Now, DMT, if y'all don't know about DMT, I would love to take DMT sometime this year. If anybody knows something, holla at me. I want to figure it out. I want to know what's going on. Now, people that talk DMT has seen crazy shit in their life. You go to these crazy places, you're able to talk to these crazy beings. And I don't know if you able to remember, like I got a question I want to ask. I got a couple questions. When you get there, are you freaked out to the point that you can't ask no questions? That shit is not in your head no more. Or you just trying to get your bearings? Because a lot of people that did it say they are trying to get their bearings and they are scared as hell about this. So DMT would definitely be on my list. And another thing they say, you see crazy colors. You see patterns that's sort of like 5, 6, 7, 8, dimensions. Like you can't even write the patterns down that you see. So what is this? We already know that DMT is secreted in our blood or something like that when certain things happen. So it's already in our system. But this chemical that we are taking somehow enhances or does something to the brain, makes it, override, or what if you're able to use a certain percentage of your brain, like your whole brain is just going fucking crazy, and you better see that on a computer or whatever, or some kind of brain scan. But I think it's a class one, so it would never be in that form that they can treat, that they can research this, because it's classed up there with cocaine, which I don't understand. Why would they class this up there with cocaine? Unless its properties and other kind of crazy shit they don't want us to see. Okay, so you gotta understand, like if you're cattle, they want to keep you cattle. They don't want you to see or do different things because it goes against the cattle farming that you are in. Okay, so DMT is up. It's number 5. Yeah, it's at the bottom of my list, but I probably got 20, so it's still at the top. Um, it's just something that I think it's a gateway. The mind is where and very powerful. For some reason, maybe we are, you know, at a point that we are, our mind is somehow, I don't know. Like I remember I heard this thing a long time ago. I don't know if it's real or not. It's probably just, bullshit, but about toothpaste, chlorine. Chlorine is some kind of blocker that's why you have to so-called brush your teeth every morning, brush your teeth every night, right? To keep the chlorine in your blood, in your system, to keep you at a certain pace, keep you from seeing the truth of shit. Now, do I believe it? I don't know. I don't know. So that's just something to you know, just to see, just to look at, man. I don't know. So DMT is up there. Like I said, 2024, from what I hear, the best place to go is Peru. Um, I do have that on my schedule, but do I want to go somewhere and freak the hell out? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I noticed like people like Joe Rogan and all these other heavy hitters, they don't have to go nowhere. They know people that know people that know people. I don't know people that know people that know people. So I will probably have to travel. And I think when you go to Peru, you get ayahuasca, which is a little bit less as potent. And plus, ayahuasca lasts, I think, 2 hours or something like that. DMT is about 15 minutes. So the stronger it is, you know, the less it lasts. So I think that's what it is. So, um, yeah. So yes, DMT is it. Is it's always been on my top list ever since I found out about it. And it's one of the only things that I'm scared of, because it's like a question that you always wanted to know, right? Through your whole life. So you just wander through your whole life and you try to figure out that question. You just wander, right? And then you figure out that question, then what? What is life? What is all of this about? And what if these things are able to tell you what life is, and it just fucks you up, right? You just like, huh? Now you come back here, it's just like it's not the same no more. So DMT is very high on my list. Definitely got to check it out. Okay. So let's move to the next one. Let's see here. The next one, y'all gonna like this. Y'all gonna like this. Y'all gonna like this. Um, let's back this up here. Okay. Let's back this up here. This is the Patterson film. This is, I don't know when this was filmed. They had one of those rolling cameras, so it was a long time ago. And I think this has been proven that, it's a fake. But to be 1960, 1950, some shit like that, man. I mean, can you even fake this, something like this today's time? Um, I mean, they even broke this down on America's Most Wanted, not Most Wanted, but Unsolved Mysteries. And they had people saying how the muscles in the legs, they zoomed in. I don't have the one that they zoomed in on, but they zoomed in on the legs. And as she turned, they can tell they had breasts, so it was a female. And as she turned, it was like the muscles was bulging out of the cloth or her fur, right? So how can you have the technology of a gorilla suit or whatever kind of suit that is in the 50s or 60s? I don't know. I don't know. Do I believe in Bigfoot? No. But it would be dope just to find one, just to find like a carcass. And all of a sudden in 2025, because I think 2024 is going to be a crazy year. And just breaking news, 12-foot ape creature that looked like Bigfoot has been found dead on the side of the road or alive. Alive would be dope. Alive would be even worse because they'd be in a cage and they'd be doing all kind of crazy stuff to it. So it's found and you can put it to rest. You can put it to bed. So let me just run this. Look at that. You see, hold on. Yeah. I'm sorry if you want to see this video, go to LR Pod Live YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch these videos that I'm posting here instead of just hearing me, my laughter or whatever. So if you see this thing turn, and I wish I could zoom up, but maybe I'll get the next video sometime. But if you see it just turn back and gape, like the crazy thing is now. A scientist from before, some show that I watched a long time ago, the scientist said that apes can't turn their head completely like humans can. Like we can turn ours, 80 degrees, 180 degrees, right? They said apes can't turn their heads. It's sort of like fixed to their shoulders. So, not apes, I think they say gorillas or something. I'm not sure. But if you see here, the whole thing turned. The head turned with the shoulders and the swinging of the arms. It's crazy, but I'm over here trying to make this real, but this is just dope, man. I think I seen this a long time ago. And just look at the gape of it. You see the breast. Oh boy, I tell you. What are we doing here, peoples? What are we doing here? So Bigfoot has always been, top. And it's the top of the bullshit list also. I really think Bigfoot is bullshit. I always wanted to believe it because, I was watching all those crazy programs back in the day, sightings. Y'all remember sightings? Unsolved Mysteries. Everybody remember Unsolved Mysteries. And I just wanted to believe it. But do I think Bigfoot really exists? No, I don't. Would it be dope for him to appear, whether it's a carcass or a species that's alive, somehow captured? Even a nice, clear video, not just throwing rock. You're in a tent and somebody throwing rocks at you. Come on. Or not you making some crazy sound deep in the woods, and then you hear another sound being, yelled at you. No, I mean physical proof, not a footprint. Nobody wants to see no damn footprint. We didn't have a million footprints, right? I mean, like a straight up camera image, full, even night vision or full color camera image. It'd be dope. It'd be dope. Okay, on the importance list, next up is BAM. Now, these two right here, you got Biden, and Trump. Okay. from what it looks like, Trump will take the nomination for the Republicans because there's no strong individuals over there. But I don't know if they keep, kicking them out of the what is that called? The voting process, the early voting process, whatever that's called. Um, the ballots. I don't know how that's going to turn out. And I sort of predicted that mainly all the Democratic states, right, that's ran by Democrats, will pull that same thing. Kick them off the ballot. So if you can't collect the right amount of votes, guess what, homeboy? You're not getting in. But the real thing is all of that might be overturned by the Supreme Court. Okay. So it's just like a little pushback. That's what they do. Now, out of Biden and Trump, who do you think is going to win if they're matched up? Now, I always said a sitting president has more ground than an opponent. A sitting president, like Biden, can really play games. You know how he just let out a lot of people over weed, right? I think his what you call that? His ace in the hole is legalizing weed on the federal level. That would be his ace in the hole. Now, he was basically swim right into the White House again for a second term if he was to legalize weed. I don't know. I don't smoke weed. You need to legalize DMT. That's what you need to do, sir. And mushrooms and all that other fly stuff. So I don't know. I mean, Trump sort of got the January 6th thing looming over his head. Maybe if he changes tune and I don't know, come in with a whole new message and bring everybody together instead of just separating people, he probably have a huge chance. But I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? Who y'all think is going to win the 2024 presidential election? I don't know. This is a tough one. If I had to, like I said, there's different factors. You got Biden that could, do a couple of slam dunks with different topics or different issues that affect a lot of people and just overturn shit. So when you're in the office, you got a lot of leeway. When you just a contender or you trying to get in the office, it's a whole bunch of blah, 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 right? You got blah, 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 blah against somebody that can actually move shit, push buttons. So I don't know, guys. I have no idea who's going to win this. We will find out November the 4th. All right. And you know what's crazy? I will be in Peru November the 7th. So that's going to be kind of crazy. I will be in Peru, living my good life. Hopefully, I think you got to go to Cusco. I know I'm saying it wrong, guys. Cusco, and you got to get acclimated to the climate. Altitude. I keep saying climate. The altitude. Now, that can be scary because you could be coughing up blood. You can just really be feeling like shit. So it's going to be a dope trip. Always wanted to go to Machu Picchu. Any kind of ancient ruins, I'm there. But y'all got to know the ultimate. And this is probably a 2025 trip. The ultimate will be Egypt. I don't know. I got some weird connection with Egypt. I think I was reincarnated like an Egyptian king. You know what I mean? The handsome ones, not the little boy and all of them. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. This year is going to be, I put money on it. You think last year was crazy? This year is going to take the cake. Okay, so let's finish having some fun here. And we're going to go boom. Now, let's hold it here. I think this is really top of my list. Now, y'all know how I feel about UFOs, right? I'm sort of like, I don't know. Is it? I got an issue with the whole light thing. Like, why you need lights, right? If you traveling, through space, through time, dimensions. Why you need lights, my G? Like, lights is to be seen or to see. All right. All right. Why you need lights? So that if somebody can explain that to me, I think I'll be better off. I think I'll really be better off if somebody can really explain that to me. But now I have a little fear with the water. When I went on a cruise, I was on a balcony at night, and it was only about probably a couple stories from the water. We had a suite, and it's a different vibe out there in the ocean. And my thing is this: what if there is some kind of intelligent beings, but they evolved in water, so they can't come up here? But you know, they could be, you know, as advanced as we are, right? Like we can't go down there unless we got vehicles and all that other shit and that can withstand the pressures, and they can't come up here. But we are equally intelligent. But the thing about this is when you have water, and we see that with whales and shit like that, and bioluminescence and all of that, fly shit that they got down there, all that Superman shit, the size aspect won't matter. So you see this image right here. You see the scuba diver up there to the top left. And then you see this large, well-looking human body-looking person thing at the bottom. Because when you're dealing with the vast depths of the ocean, there is no size restraint as far as, like a human, because, I guess we going off the pressures and the gravitation, the gravity of the planet, right? So we can probably only grow but so high. But when you got water where you're more buoyant, I think you can grow even larger. So just imagine deep, 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 deep down in the ocean, what kind of shit that can be there. And unfortunately, you remember what happened when those guys went down to the Titanic? That sort of pushed back Tom right there, because now you got anybody that probably wanted to do it but was on the fence, like, yo, we should go on like a submarine ride to the bottom of the ocean and just get a look see. You're going to get a lot of hell no's now because of that. That system that he had, that the joystick and the PlayStation and joystick, all that stuff. It sort of scared people off. So I don't know. I just think that maybe if this is the secret, this will probably go on way past the life of humans, because it's no way that we're not even looking down there. We're looking into space anyway. We're not even paying attention to the ocean. I think they said, I mean, you talk about a couple miles we discovered in the ocean. So there's a lot going on. It could be whole other kind of beings down there that, just say you have a water world and these people escaped the water world and just went right into our water, right? And they live down there. It's like a place we don't go. But I also thought, like, you would be less advanced if you live on the interior of something. Like, just say you got bugs that live on the interior of the ground, and then you got bugs that live underground, or animals that live underground. They're able to burrow in the ground and nobody mess with them. It's climate controlled. Rain doesn't bother them. Weather doesn't bother them. So it's sort of like they're more advanced. So we could just be, the dwellers that's at the top dealing with the climate and goddamn rays from the sun, while the more advanced could be in the inside of the earth or in the water. which they are shielded by all kind of, things that would like to kill them. Therefore, they live longer. And they've been here way longer than we have. And maybe, so when you get a comet or something like that, that wipes out everybody on land, guess what? Them niggas still chilling. All they be like is, you felt that? While all of us got wiped out, they like, you felt that? So, and last on this note is visitors here. Now, I was talking to a guy I know, and we was going over some crazy thoughts on where humans came from. If we came from, if we don't go along with the story of here, right? And I was saying, I don't know, man. I just think that Mars was a place that probably had water and was, you can live on Mars way before you can live on Earth. It was suitable for life. And then shit just start fucking up. The core stops, slowed down, and the ozone start to tear up. And then, once the ozone go, then rays are able to get in. And then, voila, temperature on that planet raises and boils out the ocean. It is. That's what you got. That's basically what you got on Mars. But if there was an advanced group of people or civilization on Mars before Earth, and guess what? A hop, skip, and a jump, there's another planet that we've been visiting back and forth, that we can all just go. So we get on, thing, and then we just go. We have fleets and fleets transport billions of people over here and then set up here. Thousands upon thousands and hundred thousands of years as life went on, all the remnants of that disappeared. All the stories got wiped clean. Generations upon generations, the stories start to fade away. And then the people, millennia in the future think they was born here. They lose their whole, where they come from story. That's gone. It's just a thought. It's not even a thought. It's probably a dream or some shit. But that's about it. It's not nothing more than that. And that's basically what you get. So maybe they came here a long time ago and could be, I don't know. I'm just freestyling here, just like, or like they said, the dude that was on Joe Rogan, I forgot the cat that worked at Los Alamos. He said it was an archaeological find. So hey, that was probably one of their craft of many. And maybe if people start digging more, finding shit, they will find more craft that, sort of succumb to the planet, covered by dirt and other shit, vegetation, whatever. So that's something that I hope we find out in 2024 is that, hey, man, there's something going on in the oceans that we don't look at. We find out exactly what Mars has to offer. I think they got rovers up there testing out water and digging and all that shit. So if you find, little inklings of life up there, then you can probably trace it back or trace it. And maybe they find some kind of DNA and that shit links up to us. Voila. I don't know. That'd be cool, right? I think that'd be dope. That'd be dope. So the last one. Let's get to the last one. And this, if you know me, this is dear. This is dear to my heart. This is the ultimate. Sometimes I don't know if people feel like me, you just feel like you're not from here. You're not from this planet. Or even if you're not, you just wish that you could travel through space instead of going, punching the clock, or whatever other thing you do, earthling things you do. You just feel like, definitely when you see videos of animations of how vast it is out there, how many galaxies it is. 200 trillion galaxies. So, like, that number you can't even fathom, because, a billion is off the chain. 200 trillion galaxies. And galaxies got billions upon billions of stars and then planets. So it goes on and goes on. But so that leads me to my last, that I hope we find out something this year. And if you see in this frame clip, let me darken it back. Hold on 1 second. Should have been did that. Okay, if you see this here, all these little bloops in this image right here, these are all galaxies. Just like the galaxy we in, the Milky Way, these are all galaxies right here. So, if you are telling me that life doesn't exist out here, or if you are telling me there's no Star Wars shit going on out here, planets being destroyed by the evil ones or whatever, if you telling me that while we looking at this image, they probably looking back on our side, or while the web, space, what is that, space camera or telescope, while that web is just looking around, zooming in the shit, they not looking around, zooming in the shit that in our direction. I don't know. I just hope that sometime this year we get some kind of breakthrough. Now, the thing is, if we do get a breakthrough with NASA, JPL, would they let it out or would they hold on to it? Because if humans are already fragile with everything that's going on, rent, mortgage, car note, all that stuff, jobs, the economy, war, they like, yo, just telling these motherfuckers that I don't know, we found life in a distant galaxy. That would help, right? That'll help them, right? No, it won't. So you would just mess with people that's probably already, hanging by a thread. But if I had the power, I'll tell everybody, you deal with it the way you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? That's just life. So let's see. This is the beautiful galaxy, our neighbor Andromeda. Now, Andromeda is eventually Andromeda will crash into the Milky Way, probably billions of years from now. And the crazy part is, this shows you how vast the universe is. When both galaxies slam into each other and do that whip around effect to form one big galaxy, not one star or one planet would hit each other. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. So it could be a whole slew of beings, whatever you want to call it, life here. But what people got to understand is life doesn't have to mean flesh and blood. Because if a civilization is billions of years old, they don't have flesh and they damn sure won't have blood. There'll be more silicone made of different material, and there probably no more, heart beating if they had hearts or blood flowing through veins. All of that shit is primitive like we are. So they would be, can withstand. They can probably walk on the sun if they wanted to. So that's basically what it is, guys. So the thing is this. All of these, I hope we hear something, we get some kind of news or just a breaking news, And I hope it's not the breaking news. There's an asteroid that just came out of nowhere and is heading towards us. I don't want that news. I want something that can at least uplift some of society. Everybody don't follow this shit this list that I just had. Nobody, a lot of people don't give two fucks about this list. DMT, nobody care about probably, unless you used it. Bigfoot, nobody really care unless you deep in the woods somewhere. Um, who the president going to be? A lot of people probably care about that because digital currency, the U.S. dollar, and all that other fly shit. UFOs, underwater intelligent life, mermaids. Hey, the comedian Tony, he was on Joe Rogan podcast. Check that out. He was in Seychelles, Africa. He said he's seen some kind of merman or something like that. I definitely want to get there. It's not going to be next year though. Probably, hopefully, 2025 or 2026, if I am here. Now, life in the universe, any kind of signal, just something that's artificial, like an artificial signal, that'd be dope. That's dope. So I say all that to say this. If we just live in life, this just another year of bills, another year of, turmoil, another year of war, death. That's not cool. I usually like to shake shit up. I like to have fun. I like something different. And I think really going to say the last two, the one and two, you know, when you're dealing with a whole nother entity that's probably more advanced than you sort of sit up straight. I think we as humans on earth would get our shit together if we knew we had somebody out there that was way bigger and way badder than us. I think that's when we come together and we try to figure out and we just knock out these bullshit problems that we're doing now and we get ourselves together. Everybody, try to figure it out. And, that's how life should be. But I think we doing this because we the bad wolf, the big bad wolf. We the big dogs on the street. But with these last two, might sound crazy, but I hope this is true. I hope we get info on the last two I just said, my top two, because that shit awake everybody up. All right. And that shit will be the good, the bad, and the crazy. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for listening. Y'all have a wonderful day. And remember, ain't nothing wrong with being a little bit arrogant time to time, right? Peace.